been telling me I'm funny. I'm here to tell you, don't do that. If you tell people they're funny, they do funny things. I do funny things. And it's the responsibility of my friends to, well, be cautious with telling people they're funny. I tell you what I do. Doing funny things led me to become famous. Famous, passively famous. Famous, passively famous. Which means your actions, your funny deeds, lead to something that becomes famous. And I'll tell you what I did. I travel a lot, and when I travel I go and see sights and just stand there and look at stuff, and people are there looking at stuff, and sometimes people come up to me and they just come over and they're like, oh, do you mind taking a picture of me? And I say, sure, no problem. And they hand me their phones. Like $1,000 worth of a smartphone, and I thought, cool, I seem to be like a trustworthy guy. So I take the phone and they stand over here and they're like, family photo in front of something pretty. And I'm here holding their phone, safeguarding it. And I think, hold on a second, I'm a funny guy. What a wasted opportunity to just take that photo. So I look at them and I run. And that's how I make a living. You gotta pay the bills somehow, right? I mean, it's a phone. No, I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. I give the phone back. I give most of the phones back. And this usually happens a lot to me, I don't know why. And this one time, there was something different about it. This guy, he looked very serious, he looked like German or Russian maybe, I don't know. And he comes to me and like, can you take a picture? Sure, I can take a picture. So he's standing over here with his family again. And, you know, usually what happens, if I do that, like usually people stand, and they're there and they're like smiling, and then they see me run, and then they see me come back. Thank you, asshole. The Russian guy was different. You can see that, right? Oh, you can. God. And I run, and I come back, and I hand in the phone, and at that moment, something sacred happened, something divine. It changed the world, it changed the way we interact. And the guy takes the phone back, still with the same expression. And I was like, ouch, because I could see there was light radiating around him, and it was like, I knew something auspicious was about to happen. And the guy takes his phone, and he looks at it, and he lifts it up, and he goes, Kch, and took the very first selfie ever. That's how I became famous. And with pain, with pain comes responsibility. People look up to you. People want to be near you. People want to touch me. They want to hug me. And I'm not much of a hugger. I do like people, but sometimes it's a little too close, so I thought I'll leave the modern world and I moved to a little island in the middle of the ocean, Bali, because nobody knows me here. So I'm safe here, like, you know. But then even here, people come up and hug me, and they want to be close to me, and I'm like, I'm confused. One guy I know, he said like, no, that's a subculture. People here like to hug. I was like, yeah, right. I passively invented the selfie, people know, you know. So if people come up to me now, like, you know, I basically have stopped hugging. Because I said, like, how do you tell somebody that you don't want to hug them? I don't want to hurt people's feelings. I'm not antisocial or anything. It's more like, I like hugs. You know, if it's like a friend that I hadn't seen in a while and they come in and they're like, yeah, man, so good to see you again. But it's the thing that bothers me is like, you know, somebody's off to the toilet and you go like, oh, all the best. Just let go. Surrender. Don't hold back. You know, trust the process. And they come back 15 minutes later like, oh, how was it, brother? Was it good for you? Yeah. I'm over that. Like, you know, I'm over that. So I thought, like, what can I do? Like, you know, I'm a funny person. I've been labeled funny. What can I do to avoid the hugging situation? There's this Germanic aspect to me. I could just go, nein! Nein, nicht aber. Which, I don't do that. I'm on a mission and I want to connect with people. So that's what I tell people. So like, look, let's not just have it a hug, let's have it some serious. I only hug people from behind. It's like spooning, it's like a spoon hug, or spug, as I like to call it. Especially with the sisters, you know, and you stand from behind and like, just spug it out, you know, a sacred spug right there. You hold the space. You hold the space. And like in Europe, when we kiss each other, like to say hello and goodbye, left and right, you don't want to be left out. So like, you also have a chance to be hugged, especially with the brothers, you know, like they hug you from behind and you hug it out. You just hold it there. And by the way, everybody who comes up to you with like, hey bro, hey sis, soul sister, soul brother, the only reason they call you bro or sis is because they have no fucking clue what your name is. Seriously. So that one day I was running around Ubud and just going about my business, looking for another workshop or something. Who do I meet on the street? It's the Russian brother who I invented the selfie with. I have no fucking clue what his name is. So I was like, hey bro, and he's like, wow. And we want to get close. So I see the Russian brother, of course, I spug. And we're there sharing that divine moment. And then my Russian brother grabs his phone out of his pocket and takes the very first Selfie. Thank you guys.